Okay, let's go.
Well, all right, friends of the Coachella Valley, Jose here one more time. This time I'm hosting by myself. You see, I could do it. I'm here with the one and only
Gamo.
Now, check this out, guys. We met each other a few weeks back now, right? It's been like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And an event for the Dream Machine. Shout out to Charlie and the Dream Machine. 200,000 acts of kindness.
Yes.
Man, that was a crazy conversation.
It's going to network events like that, and I obviously for the act of kindness, but I always look forward to the people you meet.
Yeah.
Because I believe in great minds think alike.
Yeah.
And when you attend an event like that, you just naturally
And you never know.
You never know.
You never know, man. I mean, and we talked for about, I'm going to tell you, we were there for a solid 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Just chatting up about, podcasts and how to, man, that, I feel like we just clicked.
I gotta tell you something. I told my wife this.
Yeah.
Something that I'm notorious for. Anywhere and everywhere. I don't know if you know, this is exactly how we met. Is anytime I see people trying to take pictures or trying to get a group photo, and they kind of do that look around or screw it, let me do a selfie. If I catch that, hey, you want me to take a photo of you? Always.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's a good look.
I always do that.
I didn't think of that.
And I don't know about you, but I always think about, this is how we met. We met because, oh shoot, I went to Starbucks versus McDonald's, whatever.
Wow.
And we met because I said, hey, do you guys want to take a picture, you guys?
Wow.
And then we hit it off.
That's wild, bro. You know what? That's crazy. I don't think of how I meet people. You know how I do it? That's a great one. I gotta practice. That's really good.
Yeah.
Mine is I'll compliment something like, bro, I love your hat, or that's a cool jacket, man, and something, but genuine, right?
Yep.
I don't approach it like, have you watched Mean Girls?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because people make me watch things, but I watch that on my own. There's a part in the movie where they're like, oh, I really like your beats, and it turns out to be something negative.
Yeah.
Well, it's really easy to actually like something someone's wearing. And you know what? Sometimes I scan and I want to meet the person just for the person. Like, hey, dude, you look like a cool guy. Like, what's your name? And so, more often than not, people go like, yeah, who are you? And get out of here.
Yeah.
But on those occasions where you don't know what to do, you don't know what to say, you just kind of approach somebody a good approach.
Yeah.
It's just easy to have a conversation. Man.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that. Like, wow, that's a great time.
Isn't that funny?
That's really cool, man. So you do that everywhere you go.
Honestly, yeah, I do it everywhere I go, and the humor, I didn't want to do it for you guys because we're in the same vicinity.
Yeah.
But if I'm at Disneyland or a tourist spot,
Yeah.
I'll take a picture of you guys.
Yeah.
And then I'll sneak in a selfie of myself.
Of course.
And then I'll walk away.
Of course.
And they'll be like, "Oh, look, that looks good." And then
it's psyched to
laugh.
yours.
That's my my humor.
You should have done it.
Yeah.
That would have been the cover for this episode.
I wanted to do it, but because we're in the same vicinity, it would be awkward. Oh,
dude, that's
you took a picture of yourself,
bro. You should have done it, man.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna push
Next
it.
time you gotta do it. Next time you're like, you know what? No holds barred.
Yeah.
Just do it.
It was the beginning of it too, so.
So now that we're talking about your past and getting to know that part of it, so tell me a bit about behind the scenes. Okay? I want to get to know you more, but tell me a bit about growing up. Like, where did you grow up?
So
you first off, you're not from the Coachella Valley.
Nope.
No. Okay, great. First episode, someone outside of the Coachella Valley. Let's go.
Let's go.
Where did you grow up, bro?
First 12 years of my life, Westminster, California, out in Orange County. Was raised there, 12 years old, and then in 04, my parents, we moved out to Myrna Valley. So I'm pretty, closer to here. So Myrna Valley is my home. Mobile, that's where I grew up. Teenage life, high school life, even up until my adult life. I moved out about 3 years ago when I got married with my wife, and now I live in Rancho Cucamonga. So, but Myrna Valley kind of thank you so much. Myrna Valley kind of built me.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's where I grew up.
How old are you?
Sounds weird. I'm 31. I had to think about it. 31 years old.
Dude, I'm 33, so I was like, wait, am I 34? I get you.
I think younger.
I think younger, yeah. There's times where I'm like,
weird.
I'm 26. No.
You think?
Wait a minute.
I think I want to say 25 sometimes.
Yeah. And you're usually, by the way, I know people, you're not seeing him, but usually you're sporting this dope mustache. And now I'm thinking, oh, when you have your mustache, you look your age. But right now you look 18, 19.
Oh, thank you.
Badass. So what's that's
story?
your image, bro. What happened to the mustache?
So I told you when we went in the parking lot, I said, unfortunately, I had to shave it.
Yeah.
So 2 days ago, I was in a commercial.
Oh, okay.
I was in a Dick's Sporting Good commercial as a baseball player.
Nice.
That's something that's in my life is baseball.
Yeah.
And now, not now, but another passion project is I act as well.
Yeah.
And in this freaking audition I did it with a mustache because baseball players have mustaches, and it was rocking. I groomed it and everything. I show up to the thing, and they're like, "Hey, we did cast you for that mustache. However, we want a younger look."
Oh.
And here we are. So you talk about,
bro.
I look 18.
You look 18. They're like, you know what? We'll go with this guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Where did you start? So you grew up in Mobile. That's really where you grew up. You went to high school out there, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And so where did you pick up sports? At what point in your life? Were you always, your parents put you in sports since you were a kid, or did you pick it up at some point? Like, what was the deal there?
I'm not rocking my basebalogist brand. Personality or social media brand, but in my logo it's the letter B and there's the number 3 in it.
Yeah.
The 3 signifies the age I started playing baseball.
Okay.
So I have 3 older brothers. I don't know if you have any older siblings. Any older siblings?
I'm the oldest one.
Your younger siblings gravitated to you and your influence, so you influenced them. My 3 older brothers.
And that's why we're all swimmers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So my 3 older brothers played baseball. So at 3 years old, I was like, I want to play baseball, Mom. Wow. And if anyone knows or anyone listening, when you play t-ball, you got to be 4 or 5 years old.
Right. This is an age thing.
I was 3 years old.
Okay.
I was crying. My mom's like, all right, screw it. She signed me up for baseball. At the age of 3, she lied about my age.
That's why you don't know how old you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it makes sense. You see, it started way back.
So 3 years old. I was 3 years old, balling out against 4 or 5 years old, and that's why 3 is my favorite number.
That's wild.
Because threes when I started playing baseball.
Wow.
And baseball set up my whole life, from career to business to my wife to everything.
She plays ball too?
She used to play ball.
Wow.
But she's a baseball fanatic even before meeting me.
Oh man, that is nuts, bro.
I'm a believer in everyone has a vehicle, everyone has an opportunity, everyone needs to do something to get to something.
Somewhere, yeah.
Baseball is my vehicle, was my vehicle, currently is, it's
your driving force.
It's my driving force.
Wow. So so you played when you were a kiddo.
Yep.
You went into the kiddo big leagues when you were before couldn't even get in there, and then you went from there. You just continued it all through middle school, high school, and what was that? I think we all have a fork in the road when it comes to sports, where you don't know should I keep doing this? Should I not? And you just kind of make a decision on that. Like, what was your fork on the road? When was it?
18 years old.
18, and where were you?
So I'm a very humble person, but just for the story, to toot my own horn, I was a really good baseball player.
Okay.
Athlete of the year, MVP, varsity, all that jazz.
Yeah.
And then 18 years old, and I was never a cocky person. I was a very confident person. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Anyway, long story short, when I was 18, after high school, a college, a really respectable college was like, hey, come to our college. I'm the guy. Spent 3 months there, and I realized that all the other guys that are there are guys as well, meaning they're really good as well.
Right.
And after 3 months, I got cut.
Right.
I don't know, anyone listening, but when you are the best of the best, for X, Y, and Z amount of years, and everyone's telling you, oh, you're amazing.
And then you find out you're not.
And you find out you're not good enough.
You're not good enough. Yeah.
Holy smokes!
Oh, dude.
Bro. I literally.
I feel you.
I quit baseball. I cried. Yeah. I thought. I literally wasn't good enough. But I just thought I wasn't good enough to play. Period. And it was probably one of the hardest times of my life because 18, you're sensitive.
Yeah, you're kind of getting to know yourself. You're like, you're in that point,
And then after high school, everyone's like, hey, Jose, what are you doing? What What college are you?
Everything matters.
Everything matters. Your job, your money, your car, right?
Yeah.
So I quit. I started working, and then I remember my oldest brother, 10 years older than me. He's like, are you still playing ball? I said, no. He's like, dude, you're an effing loser. Wow. And to me, I love tough love. I didn't take it personal. It's like, if you were to say, dude, LA, you're screwing up, like, dude, I'd respect you because I respect you. I'd respect your word. So when he told me that, I was like, it shows the belief he had in me.
Yeah.
And I mean, fast forward, I found a college, a community college for 2 years, and then after that, I got a full ride scholarship to Cal State San Marcos University out in San Diego.
Yeah.
Played technically 4 years total.
Right.
And
did you graduate with a degree?
Hopefully my wife is listening. She'd laugh at this. I did my 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And I dropped out my last year of college.
Oh man, you're right there.
I was right there, but I purposely dropped. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like they cut me. It's like I purposely did it.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Of course.
You know, but yeah, I did not.
Bro, you know what? And it's not like you couldn't build yourself up from that point. You know, there's multiple people. Some of the most successful people in the world started college with a plan and said, you know what, I'm gonna start a computer business from my garage. You know,
it's I have such a strong opinion about school and everything, and I think the reason why I did it, I'll be honest, I did it because I wanted to play baseball.
Yeah.
And once I was done with baseball, I had 1 more year, but I told myself, again, if you go to school and you need to be a doctor or whatever, and you need to do it.
Right.
I don't like people who go to school just to go to school.
Right.
I don't like people who go to school to figure it out. I don't like people who go to school for an education on what they don't know what to do, because you can educate yourself on freaking Google.
Yeah, you could.
YouTube, right?
We're in a new age, for sure.
And save so much money, right? So I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I wanted to be self-made. Yeah. I wanted to do it through, building a foundation, an empire.
Yeah.
And I told myself, if I graduate college with, doesn't matter what.
Right, where the degree
it could be photography.
Right.
It could be anything.
Right.
They're always going to say that is he's got a college degree, and he did it. He made that empire because of that degree.
Wow.
I didn't want to give praise to a piece of paper.
I get you.
That had nothing to do with anything.
It's strong.
So I did it as a purpose, as a story, and to really kind of like take pride in myself and what I can do, versus saying, oh, again, no disrespect, but a lot of people go, hey, are you smart? Yeah, I graduated from college. Who cares?
Right. There's
that doesn't make you
the levels.
I hate that. That's the definition of smart, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Change
the standard. Dude, well, that's crazy. But so let me ask you this. So you're a dad. How old is your kiddo?
He's a year and a half.
Okay. That philosophy you have. What happens when your son? Are you gonna send him to college? And if you do, and he calls you the next day, he's like, "Hey, Dad, I know I've been at this for a year. I'm out." All right. Before he answers,
here we go.
I know that's a hard one. Before he answers, let's cut to a quick commercial, and when we come back, let's hear today. Let's hear the thought. And actually, by all means, I kind of want your wife to step in on this one. But okay, we'll be right back. This commercial spot could be yours. The New Mindset of the Coachella Valley is broadcast throughout Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, and all your favorite podcast stations. For more information, don't forget to reach us at The New Mindset OTCV on Instagram or The New Mindset OTCV at gmail.com. All right, we're back from commercial. So here we go. So this question goes out to all parents. I mean, you're gonna answer. Everybody has their own opinion. By all means, your wife is here, Bianca's here, and if you want to hop into this, please do. But so the question is this. So, LA, you went into college. You went in for a reason. You went up to almost the 4th year. Then you said, you know what? I'm out. So all that money, you wasted all that. And you knew what you did with that. You knew what your goals were. Now what happens if your son goes into college, goes through the same thing and calls you and says, hey, Dad, I know you paid all this, but I'm out. I'm not going to do this. What is your response? How do you feel? What's your thought on the process on that?
It's funny how you say it's a hard question. To me, it's a very easy question. On to the next. You got to figure it out.
I love that.
We're not perfect. I wasn't perfect, right? Your success story. You didn't want to start what you started. You didn't do what you did 10 years ago to get. You know what I mean? Like, you had to make decisions and trust the process.
Yes.
And the reason why it's an easy decision or an easy question is because and it's passion to me. As a father, as an entrepreneur, as a trader, I feel like I'm a black sheep, like unordinary type of a storyline. I take pride in this, and this is a great opportunity for me to talk about it, is I think what led me to being so passionate about everything I do as a parent, as an entrepreneur, as a husband, is my parents always allowed me to do what I did.
Okay.
Whether I failed or not. The only thing, when I told them about, and again, you guys don't know this, I'm a Filipino freaking American. I'm an Asian dude.
Oh.
In the Asian culture.
Your jobs were Jabberwocky or nurse? Right, yeah.
Jabberwocky, right. Nurse, or mailman.
Or mailman.
Jabberwocky, my man. But it's, when I told them about dropping out, they're like, obviously concerned. But then they asked why and what, and I gave them a great, legitimate answer. It was like a proposition, right?
Oh, you were pitching to your parents. Listen, this is why.
Exactly, right?
I love that.
Again, it's like if my son wants money for a business, I'm not going to give him money. I'm going to be like, what's your proposition?
Right.
Right? If it makes sense, if it does. If it doesn't, I'm not going to give it to you, right? Mm. But when I told them, they hugged me and kissed me and they freaking love me and they trust me because I'm passionate about what I do.
That's great.
So now, and kind of like talking about sports, I know we're not talking about it, but I'm such a freaking baseball head.
Yeah.
Played it, coached it, teach it. I have a business about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, oh my gosh, what if your son doesn't play baseball? I don't care. I don't care. If that dude wants to do gymnastics, I'm going to be the number one fan to watch gymnastics. If he wants to be a freaking dancer, I'm going to watch him dance. The reason why is because that's his passion.
Yeah.
My parents didn't play baseball. Guess what? They loved watching baseball.
Yeah.
That was like the coolest teaching. Is they guided me, they supported me, whatever the venture I did, and then here we are. So if he wants to go to school, I'm going to question him. Why do you want to go to school? Hey, I need an experience, Dad. You need more than that. If you want to go to school, go pay for it. If you need my help, well, give me a reason to help you. It's that.
It's a good structure.
He's got to give me a proposition of why he wants to go to school.
He's got to push you. He's going to start doing business for no reason.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, one more thing. It's like, and there's a lot of people that say, I want to go to Cal State so-and-so or a university so-and-so. Oh, it's by the beach. It's pretty. You're not getting
That's
my money.
not why, yeah.
You're not getting my money.
Yeah.
It's not about the location. It's about the education.
Yeah. 100%,
right?
100%. Well, and I'm gonna, and like I said, the youngest in this room, so I'm gonna throw the question to you as well. And if you didn't hear it, I'll ask you again. So your kiddo walks into college, Ellie's telling me that he went in and he just kind of stepped in, and after a few years said, you know what, I'm out. And just imagining, I know how much it costs, but like, what's your thought on that? On say your kid goes in and says, hey, you know what, I want to try the path you guys did.
If you would have asked me this 5 years ago, I would have had a total different response. Mm-hmm. The reason why is because when he told me that he was going to drop out and he had less than a year left, I was the one that was pulling my hairs out saying, why? Like, you're almost there. Just do it. Just get the piece of paper, right?
Yeah.
And in the moment, to me, that was important.
Yeah.
And it is for a lot of careers that people get, and they have to do schooling. But now, in what I'm doing and I've learned about life so far, and I'm 28, is it's very hard to find a straight path in life.
Oh, yeah.
And
say that again.
You go, people hop around and have different careers. That is normal.
Yeah.
But it's not normalized in society. It's, have a plan, have that structure, and have a safety net.
Right.
And, that's why risk is completely off the table, and people are so scared to do it. So coming from, someone like LA who's always known what he's wanted to do.
Right.
To me, who's always grown up in structured school, you need to have a plan. Now I'm open-minded where if my son, tells us, Mom, I don't want to go to school. Okay, why. There needs to be a probable reason and a rationale behind it.
That is so important to have that structure and to have a plan you could both agree on. It's even more important. And knowing that you guys have that type of guide is very crucial. And knowing that you can navigate that conversation.
Yeah.
Even before you have it, right? He's only one. I mean, at some point in time, everybody goes through failures and success, but the more failures, the more success, one would say, I guess. And you guys, I mean, you know, I myself don't know what it means to be a parent. I'm not going to act like I do, but I can imagine that you guys, every day is just one more step towards that.
Yeah.
Either that first failure or that first success. It's every day, it's every day, it's every day. And you get to see it from the outside. And now you as successful as you are, you see somebody going through it and seeing what they're going to do.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's about being super comfortable and confident in your own skin.
Right.
Do it for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't do it for your mom. Don't do it for your dad. Don't do it for anybody. Do I love my family? Of course I do. Do I rep them? Of course I do. But I don't do what I do for my mom or because my mom told me. How many cultures? And again, I can say this because I'm a Filipino American.
Yeah.
Is a lot of I'm gonna be straight up. A lot of Filipinos do it because their mom told them to.
Hey, Latinos, we do that too sometimes.
Okay. I mean,
and my mom said I can't date you. Gotta go.
Right?
It's true. It happens. It happens.
Shoot, I'm gonna say this because I'm Filipino. A lot of nurses are nurses because mom told them to.
Yeah, tell them in Tagalog.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm calling them out because, our culture.
They're
right?
very similar in that sense.
Very similar.
So,
I despise that because who are you working for? Who are you living for? You do what you do. Look how phenomenal it is to be creative.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you are so confident and comfortable in your own skin that this is why we're here.
100%.
And when people find that and figure that out, dude, there's no turning back.
It's so it's hard to put that book down.
Yeah.
And you just keep going. You just keep going and going.
And that's why I'm very blunt about it.
Oh, 100%.
Because I don't live through the norm. I don't live through the culture. I don't live through the in between the lines of what people say or what the system says. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I got one life to live that I don't want to spend X, Y, and Z amount of years doing what someone told me to do. For what?
For what? What's the purpose? Which leads me to today. You have success in your own right. You've gone through quite a few decisions and choices you've already made. Tell me more about today. What is it that you do today?
Wow, I do a lot. Let's start off with baseball. I've been a coach for 11 years.
Okay. What is it? Little league? Is it?
So travel ball.
Okay.
So travel ball, like club ball, like that.
Okay.
I've done that for about 8-9 years.
And what city do you do that?
So around like Inland Empire.
Okay, got it.
Inland Empire, Rancho Cucamonga. And then about 2-3 years ago, my clientele for private lessons just blew up.
Wow.
And to me, at the end of the day, time means everything. Time is valuable.
How do you equate getting those leads? What led to you blowing up like that? What do you think was that?
So that's my one business, it's coaching. The reason why I blew up is because I started this personality. I hate even saying personality. This account on Instagram.
Okay.
It's called Basebalogist.
Okay. Oh.
That is my name that everyone knows me in the baseball community.
Okay.
Is Basebalogist. And what I do during the time was all I did was create. I just made baseball cool. I did skits, I did stereotypes, I did reviews, I did experiences. I traveled. I went to 14 different ballparks in the country in 2-3 years.
Wow.
I had this vision of making baseball look cool without boring you with the players and the numbers and the stats.
Right. Sometimes that loses people.
Yeah, it's more of the culture, the history, the area, the food, the experience.
Wow.
That is like what I did. So in the span of 2-3 years, I've accumulated over 140,000 followers throughout all my social media. So it's called Basebalogist, and did that. And because of that, it blew up my clientele for private lessons.
Wow.
And that's I stopped coaching my academies, and then did private lessons and still do today. That's like my way of like still feeling like I'm part of the game.
Wow.
So that's what blew my. That's one business. So coaching, basebalogist. So that's like an influencer type of deal.
Yeah.
And then because of that, it also led me to acting.
Oh.
So just like I just told you, I did a commercial yesterday. That's another passion project.
Nice.
Right? If I could kind of like be creative and showcase another face, another personality, another anything, that's cool to me. Neat. I freaking sat in the rain 2 days ago and we were sitting in and out and I was hanging out with people for 12 hours, filming, not filming, just like chit-chatting.
That's awesome, man.
But we were like, we're grinders, we're literally working.
Yeah, you're killing the game.
It's a cool perspective.
Mix,
yeah, it's a cool mix.
Wow.
So I do commercials and I want to do more, so, you know, if there's any commercials that you need, like, you know, I'll grow a mustache now, whatever you do. Or a unibrow.
You name it.
Yeah, and then, so that's what I do with baseball. And then, lastly, this is like the entrepreneur side of me is like, at the end of the day, time is everything, right? If you do your passion project and it makes you money, cool. If it doesn't, kind of cool. It doesn't matter, right?
Right, you're still doing it.
My wife and I got into insurance probably like over a year ago.
Right.
Over a year ago. So life insurance specifically.
Right.
And long story short, we are co-owners of a insurance company.
Oh.
So Standard Financial, we do life insurance and we help with debt.
Yeah.
So this is like our behind the scenes that no one knows. Kind of makes the passion projects.
That's pretty good. Hey, do you know that's important because most people don't realize how much your passion can put you in debt, right?
Exactly.
And how much of it you don't realize it. At some point you start. We have a great guy that does CFO for us, and he really puts in perspective. Like, okay, you know, it's a podcast, yes, but this is the cost of this, and once you sit down and look at the numbers, you're like, oh man, yeah, that's cool. Someone else paid, you know, it's one of those. Yeah. But at the same time, you know, you have a responsibility to everybody around you, so you got to make it succeed, and you start finding ways.
Yeah,
you start showing up and you start doing the work. It all pays out.
Figure it out. Make it
passion.
Make it mean. You know, 100%. Like kind of like hanging out with those actors, striving actors at the commercial. Mm-hmm. They're not successful yet, right? But I asked them, hey, what do you do on top of this? Oh, I bus. You know, I'm a bus boy. I'm a waiter. I'm like, good for you. And they live in Los Angeles. Freaking rent is crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Right.
Whatever keeps the dream
alive. Yeah, 100%.
So all that in one, that's what my wife and I do. You know, we tend to put our feet in other ventures, but to define us, baseball, travel, film, and insurance.
Wow, fantastic work. And we're about to cut the commercial. Before we cut to it, let me ask you. So LA, does that stand for something? Or is it here we go. Oh, both of you looked at me with a smile. Here we go. Who do I want to hear from? Let's go. Bianca, what does LA stand for?
So LA stands for Little Alex.
Oh, that's bro.
Little Alex, and it was actually.
Who gave you that nickname?
Go ahead.
So you know the show I Love Lucy?
Yeah.
That's my dad's favorite show. There's Lucy, Ricky, and Little Ricky. And my dad loved that concept. Yeah. So instead of naming me Alex Jr. or AJ, he's like, what if I call him Little Alex?
So that is your name.
So it's Alex.
Okay. I was saying, that's cool.
So in Alex or Alexander.
Would you say that in a way you're carrying your parents with you in your name?
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, the story alone is through my dad, right? So yeah, LA. My dad named me LA since a little kid, and
wow.
I assume you're Mexican.
Yeah.
Mexicans and Filipinos are so much alike.
Oh, we give nicknames.
We give names, but it's not just like fun nickname. It's like throughout your whole life.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Panchito, freaking Teto. Yeah. I have a buddy. I call him Frioles. The whole freaking 4 years, I'm like, what's your name, bro?
Yeah. People don't know their names
Papas.
when you're not.
You know what I mean?
That's so true, dude. Oh my god.
These are all real names, by the way.
Oh yeah, no. Hey, right, listen, man. I got a list too. I know a little joker.
Yeah.
I know that. No, brother.
And so Filipinos.
We could sit here all day.
Filipinos, if you're a junior, you're not called junior. You're called June.
Of course. Oh, that makes sense.
Jun.
Oh, dude, I know a lot of Jun.
If you're Jonathan, you're not Jonathan. You're John. So,
bro,
yeah, it just plays. Like my mom's real name is, what is it? Oh shoot, it's Maria.
See?
Maria Lourdes.
Okay. But people call her Lulu.
They call her Malu. Mary Lou or Malu.
There you go. Oh,
so,
man.
here we go. My whole life, I've been called LA.
Oh,
LA Gamo. That's like, I used to I used to be uncomfortable with it because, it's just like the city. But, it defines me. It's an icebreaker. It's fun. You'll always remember the story. I could do this story in less than 10 seconds.
That's fantastic.
Because it's an icebreaker and, it's
a great backstory, It's like a Batman backstory.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Well, with that, let's cut to that commercial I said we're going to cut to. Let's get to that. And when we come back, let's hear about your future, see where you're going.
Let's go.
And we have a few more minutes to go. Let's go. Cut the commercial now.
The new mindset of the Coachella Valley is brought to you by BuzzBox. Here we have Steph, our new editor-in-chief, to give us a bit more info on them. So what can you tell us about it?
You know what's great about BuzzBox? Let me tell you. It's eco-friendly, has natural ingredient-infused cocktails, and the packaging is vacuum sealed to lock in all its natural ingredients. It's gluten-free, it's kosher. Yes, BuzzBox premium cocktails are meany and mighty.
All right, we're back. So, fantastic stories you're sharing, man. You're a great person to be sitting at this couch. I love that.
Thank you.
It all, as we said before, it all counts. The failures count, the success count, the stories count. Something I haven't touched on in my other podcast, but it's true. Your family foundation counts.
Yeah.
So put all that into one big tower, and now you're scaling it. What's your next step to the top?
Just more time with my family and self. That's all I work for. It's yes, time means money means time.
Yeah.
But just like how we talked about, everyone does what they do for a purpose. My purpose, do I love baseball? I do. Is it life? Back then it was, now it's a passion.
Right.
My time is my most valuable asset. So everything I do, from baseball to commercials to my lessons to coaching to insurance or a company to my podcast, everything we do equates to, will it give me flexibility to do more time, to be able to hang out with her, to be hang out with him, to be hang out with my other kid on the way.
Right.
Not only with
Congratulations.
us. Thank you so much. Another boy.
Congratulations, man. That's awesome. When is he coming?
March or April 5.
There's so many March, dude.
Yeah.
I hope it's March, man.
Yeah.
There's so many March movies. They're cool. But yeah, sorry.
It's being able to.
Yeah.
That's like my life motto.
Yeah.
Like for example, right? It is whatever time it is in the morning.
Yeah.
We are here in Palm Desert. Palm Desert, right? Yeah, Palm Desert.
Palm Desert, California. Yeah.
My wife is with me.
Yeah.
My son is with me. Right after this, we're gonna have lunch here.
Yeah.
And then later on, like at 4 o'clock, I have sessions.
Yeah.
We have the flexibility to where, look, we got to have fun right here. I
hope so. Yeah, man. Of course, absolutely.
And I told her, because again, she's pregnant right now. We don't know what it's like to be pregnant.
Oh yeah.
Her energy is low. And
Right.
I said, hey, do you want to go for creative juice? We always say creative juice.
Oh, good.
Creative juice is a way of like, hey, people we're going to meet, people, Jose.
Yeah.
Creative juice.
Yeah.
That room. Yeah. So that tower is LA Gamo, Bianca. They are doing what they want to do with who they want to do and where they want to go.
Wow.
That's success.
That's a great creed to live by.
Yeah, that's success to me. It's not let me build this empire, or let me build this company, let me get this house. Yeah. Bro, I could live in a shack.
Right.
And have everything.
Dude, right.
Everyone thinks
it's things that surround you that you're happy with.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
But everybody goes through certain things and you start realizing what's important.
Yeah.
And to actually be able to say it, sometimes it's hard for some people.
It's hard to swallow.
Whoever whoever and whatever you are, it always is kind of hard to start saying to yourself, okay, this is what I really want.
Yes.
And surround yourself with that.
Yeah.
And when you start surrounding yourself with what you really want, man, nothing stops you, bro. Nothing stops you.
Contagious.
So I know I'm asking you about the future, and I'm not trying to cut into something you haven't talked about it, so I'm just gonna ask you. So the reason you and I even met is because you had this idea for a podcast. Now you've already had a podcast.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I never seen your podcast, but I pretty much kind of dialed in a few aspects of it. Obviously, I'm in the podcast world, so I could kind of guess a few things about it. And so you and I then decided to hop on a call and work through the things that maybe didn't work in the past.
Yes.
And so I'd love to know and catch up, first off, as a podcaster, and secondly, just as a person to person, where are you at with that?
Literally, I think the reason why I haven't put it out yet is a lot of people know this about me. Hence my name, literally LA Gamo. I'm such a advocate on names.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I have like 4 or 5 names rated or like listed, but nothing is like hitting right? And it defines you. You know what I mean? Like it defines you.
Yes.
And someone can be like, "Oh, you're thinking too much." I probably am, but you know, would you name your son friggin' whatever just to, you know?
Oh.
That's where I'm at. And I just actually finished an episode last week. So I'm still active. I
saw that. You put a little clip on Instagram.
So it's the world's #1 boxing designer.
Right.
So all those YouTubers, Canelo, Ryan Garcia, Logan Paul,
they use the same designer.
My buddy JR is the designer for them.
That's badass.
Creative Juice. You know?
Right.
So that might be a big podcast. Creative Juice. That
there you go.
Sounds sick.
That is pretty. Hey. You got. That's it, man. And that's why you're here. You see this?
Segue.
Go
to my channel.
There you go. You guys are gonna see it.
That
soon.
is funny.
Dude, that'd be a cool. I can imagine the logo too. To be honest.
Creative Juice. Just
dude,
like
grab like a bro. I'm gonna pitch you something. No, I'm pitching. Yeah! I can't believe this. Okay, you heard it here first. Okay, here.
That's funny.
I imagine somehow like a baseball and somebody going like this to the baseball, like squeezing it, and juice comes out of it into a glass, and it's like an upside down hat.
Yeah.
And like that's the Creative Juice. That's your logo for the dude. I don't know. I just imagine that right now. Baseball squeeze, and I don't know, bro.
That's why I do what I do. I didn't bro. We could talk about what we were talking about on the way here.
Yeah.
Right, because that was like how we connected.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, this isn't hitting. It's not like hit. It's not hitting.
Yeah,
it's
bro.
not, right?
Yeah, man.
So I just did. I'm about like 7 episodes in. I'm doing everything you're telling me to do. I'm just waiting to be a little more creative as far as the name. But the premise of everything is just I love learning.
Yeah.
I love growing.
Yeah.
I love expanding.
Yeah.
From people that maybe we don't share similarities. I don't care.
Yeah.
You have a story.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that I love the time of conversing.
Yeah.
Hence a podcast, right? Hence this. And I always, this is taken, unfortunately. I think it's taken by like David Spade.
Okay.
The phrase or the name "fly on the wall."
Oh yeah.
I love being a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously we're talking to each other, but if someone's here, actually your listeners.
Yeah, they're listening.
Your listeners feel like they're hanging out with you.
Right.
Your listeners feel like they're on these freaking orange chairs with us.
There are orange chairs. Yeah.
That is like they are. That is the feeling I want people to have is just chill out. Like we said, chill out and learn.
Just learn. Yeah, exactly, man.
Grow.
Bro, that's awesome, man. I love that. I love that we were able to just sit and talk about those passion projects. There's a light there. There's something there at the end of the tunnel. And man, when you get to that, I mean, and I've said this to you before, I'll say it here now, but you got something that's good. When you get to that end, I can't wait to see how you get there. Because once you cross that and it's there, it's gonna be pretty freaking wild, man. You're gonna knock it out the park. There you go. Well, let's cut to the last commercial. When we come back, let's hear about anything that we'd like to support. We'll say quick goodbyes. Thank you guys for listening and paying attention to this conversation, man. LA Gamo, man.
Yeah.
Something else.
My dog.
All right, let's get to it.
This week's episode of The New Mindset is brought to you by Gamo. Here to tell us more about it is Aussie, one of the owners. Take it away, bro.
Gamo CBD is a brand based in Southern California. Are you dealing with pain, anxiety, inflammation, stress, and more? Make sure to check us out at jeffmocbd.com. Each batch of our product is lab tested for potency and pesticide. Certificates of analysis can be viewed by going to jeffmocbd.com. So don't panic, it's organic.
All right, then we're back. So, LA. Lil Alex. LA, what, you obviously, I know you haven't, well, do you still coach privately?
Correct.
Do you coach little leagues at all or anything like that? No,
Yeah.
you just focus on
One-on-ones or group sessions.
Yeah.
Those type of things, yeah.
And do you well, I'll ask you this. Do you feel like when you're doing those one-on-ones, the people private and stuff, does it take you back to that moment where you were doing it? And how does it happen?
Not anymore, because I've done this for so long, right? Just like my it's not my motto, but I love learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hence, I'm gonna say it again. I feel I sound like a broken record, but I love learning.
Yeah.
I love teaching. Anytime I get information, I love teaching. Getting rid of it, right?
Fantastic.
And with these kids, I look at these kids like I'm talking to myself,
Right.
right? I had great coaching, but down to the detail of, I didn't have like that coach that gave me everything.
Yeah.
And when I coach a college kid, I talk to them like I remember when I was 18. When I talk to a high school kid, I feel like I'm talking to a 15-year-old. Just yesterday, I told her, I'm not gonna say the name on air, but let's just say his name is, I don't know, Jake.
Sure.
This kid is 7 years old. 7 years old. He's gonna be a big name later on. He's gonna be a big name later on. Because he's 7 years old and he's growing and learning and he's absorbing so well. And I got him to the point where he's like focused to where anytime he makes a mistake and struggle, he knows how to figure it out. And that to me, it's not even just baseball, bro. It's about how they can utilize information on how to capitalize on whatever they're trying to do, right? And the dude is just like, okay, dude, does it, okay, does it. I'm like, imagine when he's in school, imagine when he's in business, imagine when he's in I don't know, in med school, I don't know. He's now going to continue to produce and pursue. And my biggest thing that I teach on the back end that these kids don't need to know is I teach it is okay to struggle and it is okay to fail. They'll fail and they'll look at me, I'm like, on to the next. I don't care. And I'll say it first day. I don't care if you fail. I don't care if you miss this ball 20, freaking 40, 50 times. I don't care. Guess what? I'm not going to laugh. Guess what? I'm not going to judge. It is okay to do that. Once they feel that at 7 years old, 10 years old, 20 years old, they're not going to get that feeling that I had at 18. I didn't know how to fail.
Strong words. Passionate. Very on point. Very on brand for you. That's fantastic, man. Well, we're reaching the end of this program. I mean, man, this has been a great conversation. I feel like we could go on and on and on. We could probably sit here and just talk all day. We're like, yeah. I'm so ready for that.
Part two
always is, season 2 has been all about people's stories seem to be longer than we thought, so we keep doing part 2s. We're gonna reach back out to LA and hopefully we can get a part 2 here in the works. So as we're closing the show, first off, thank you for taking your time off your busy day to be here with us. Thank you for coming to the studio. Thank you for bringing your creative juice into the mix. Definitely want to go out there myself and just start going to the batting cages for no real reason. Where can we find you, man?
Instagram, the LA Gamo. I mean, I don't need to spell it. The LA Gamo.
Yeah.
Basebalogist, baseball OGIST. That's on Instagram.
Fantastic.
And then, that's like the go-to where to find you.
Right. Yeah.
Everything else is there. There's a link tree there.
All in the bio.
Yeah, it's all check the bio. I got a link tree there.
There you go. Fantastic. Well, man, it's been a fantastic time having you and your wife. I hope you guys, come back to the show. Let's become friends here in the show. And for everyone listening, You guys heard it here first. Creative Juices. If it goes out, you know.
It's already here. Already here.
Congratulations on everything, man. Congratulations on your success, on your family, your new one on the way, to you and your wife. I hope you guys have a long, happy life and everything that comes with it. And please enjoy the ride, right? Enjoy the ride. You're going to, as you teach, you'll learn, or so they say.
Yep.
All right, fantastic. Well, guys, thank you once again for listening and tuning in. To say one more thank you to our big sponsor, BuzzBox. Tennessee whiskey is a fantastic whiskey for me. The close second is whiskey lemonade from BuzzBox Premium Cocktails. Believe it or not, you're gonna find when you taste that, you're gonna find that it's soothing. All you gotta do is shake it up, ice in a cup, serve it, you're in. It's a fantastic ride. Enjoy all those BuzzBoxes, guys. And to the rest of you listening, thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for being here. Once again, have a great, safe drive wherever you're listening to us. Thank you. And don't forget to check out the New Mindset OTCV or the New Mindset OTCV at gmail.com for any questions you may have. Have a great one.